Hi folks, my name is Joe Zimmerman, and I have a channel here on YouTube that I like to call Your Local Farmer. Now I want to tell you about an opportunity that I had a few weeks ago. Through my connection with Washington State Farm Bureau, I was asked to sit on a board that was discussing food disparity in our local county and how we can provide more fresh local produce to those in need. So during this panel discussion, I was really motivated to, shall we say, tell the story of agriculture in Clark County. Why we're seeing farmers get out of agriculture and not seeing new people take on the role of agriculture in Clark County. And there's a couple of big reasons why, and I want to talk to you about that here real shortly. First, I'm going to give you just a real quick overview of our county and then get right into those three problems, okay? So first of all, Clark County lies in the southwest corner of Washington State. We're just north of Portland, Oregon. Our county is about 420,000 acres, of which about 90,700 acres are ag land, or at least claimed to be ag land, according to the 2017 Ag Census. And in our county, we have a population of about 485,000 people. So during this panel discussion, at least one person mentioned that one of the major problems in our county is that it's extremely difficult for new farmers or people who would like to become farmers to purchase ag land and to get into agriculture. And I must say, that is 100% true. It really is, okay? But it goes beyond that, okay? Now, I'm not going to make you wait till the end of the video to hear, what we're dealing with. But I have to say, we've got three items that we're going to deal with in this video, okay? Number one is a problem facing would-be farmers in Clark County. Number two is a consequence of that problem and why we're not seeing produce farmers in this county. And number three is a major roadblock faced by any would-be direct market farmer or produce farmer in this county. So let's just jump right into it. And I don't know any way to attack this topic other than just being very blunt. Clark County has been known for being very friendly to developers for many years. So the situation we have is we have land throughout our county that is zoned agricultural, residential, commercial, and industrial, among others. And please understand, I'm not a land zoning specialist. But the problem is that we don't have ag land prices and residential land prices and commercial land prices and industrial land prices. Well, I suppose we do commercial, industrial, and residential. But with ag land, we don't have ag land prices. What we have is we have another category. Ag land that we want to sell as residential or commercial or industrial. It puts it into a whole nother category. So through the 1970s and 80s, Clark County proved time and again that no matter whether you bought ag land or not, they had no problem changing that zoning. If you knew the right people and did the right things, you could develop your land. And all of a sudden you were selling land at 3 or 4 times the value of what it was worth as ag land. So that created a situation where the price is artificially inflated, even though it is still zoned as ag land and in theory should continue to be ag land. But that's not how it works. That leads me to our second problem. Because people see ag land as their investment and the sale as the payoff of their investment, we do not see people investing in the business of agriculture. Okay? Because here's the catch. Who would want to invest 20, 30, 40,000 or more into a business when they're seeing this as nothing more than maybe a 5 or 10 year investment for them? You know, I'm saying 5 or 10 years in the future, of course. You see, business owners don't have a problem investing in something that they're going to do long term. But what we find is that most everybody in Clark County is looking at the short term. And that makes a really poor investment model for any business owner. So with problem number 1, we discussed what is keeping people from being able to purchase ag land and getting into agriculture. With problem number 2, we discussed what is keeping people from investing in their operation and possibly changing from, let's say, a hay or cattle operation into something that is much more intense but much more lucrative, such as fresh produce. So let's jump into problem number 3, okay? And this is from personal experience, I can tell you. If we can encourage people to get into vegetable or produce production in Clark County, there's one thing that's missing that's going to keep them from being successful, and that's the roadblock that I was talking about. And that roadblock is the ability to sell in volume. And I think that that's super important. So here in this county, we have several farmers markets, okay? All of them are pretty small. And by the way, as far as I understand, all of them are very good. But for instance, one of them is a couple blocks of a downtown street. We've got another one that is in the common area outside of a hospital. And like I said, by what I understand, they are all very good. But they don't allow a person to sell in volume, okay? Now, the reason that this is important is because a lot of these farmers are going to need to be able to sell in volume in order to be successful, to be profitable, and to be here year after year. So to recap, problem number 1, Clark County's development problem, okay? Clark County needs to find a method to stop development of ag land. Because, as I like to say, it's really easy to plow under farmland and turn it into houses, but really difficult to plow under houses when you need to turn it back into farmland. Number 2, once we control development in Clark County, then hopefully a lot of farmers will choose to invest in their operation and to convert from something that is simple yet less productive per acre, such as hay production or cattle production or something similar to that, and change to vegetable production or produce production. And I can tell you this, speaking from personal experience, it is a very lucrative endeavor, but there's a lot of investment involved. And number 3, somebody or some entity within Clark County needs to create a, shall we say, open-air fresh produce market where farmers from the local area can come and sell in volume 6 or 7 days a week. Well, folks, I hope what you've heard today is informative. I'm sorry if maybe I have offended anybody, but I really have felt that this really needs to be told, and a lot of folks need to understand what is being faced by the people of the farmers of Clark County and what we are really up against. Okay? And I can tell you this, speaking from personal experience, agriculture is still a worthwhile business in Clark County. There's plenty of money to be made, and it's a great living. It's not easy, and it's not for everyone, but we do need agriculture in Clark County. I'll leave you guys with this. There's a quote I heard one time, and I apologize, I don't know who said it. And in fact, I don't even have it correct, I can tell you that. But it goes something like this. There's one day in every person's life that you will need a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, or a priest. But 3 times every day, everyone needs a farmer. And I think that's something we're forgetting in this county. Well, thank you for listening to my video today. If you could give me a like or subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me in the long run. I really hope to do a lot of more videos in the future. And if my schedule clears up at all, which it has not, I hope to get a lot more videos in the next couple of weeks and months. So, thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.